Welcome back to the channel, guys. As always, thanks so much for being here, clicking on this video and joining me as we dive back into the Wizarding World. And once again, we have a lot of different news topics for us to get into here. Everything from Kenneth Branagh talking about his time on the Harry Potter movies, to ending with our main topic talking about a potentially scrapped Marauder series that was going to be made instead of the Harry Potter HBO series. So that's kind of a big story we're going to get to at the end of this video. Okay, so let's start here. From Wizarding World Direct, Kenneth Branagh thought that the role of Gilderoy Lockhart would take him 3 to 4 weeks to film. Quote, "I was on it for 9 months. The crew list was the size of a telephone directory." I love that so much, the size of a telephone directory. Well, I mean, we know how many people it takes to make a movie. I mean, if you've ever sat through the end credits of a film, you're literally sat there for about 10 minutes while the names are like scrolling through the credits. The amount of people it takes to come together to work as one unit to make a movie, like thousands and thousands of people. Everyone from, you know, someone who makes the catering, someone who does the lunch for the actors when they're on a break, to people who are the cinematographers, the producers, the writers. I mean, the amount of people is just insane. So, quote, on his first day, Branagh thought that he saw Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint, only to discover that stunt doubles and stand-ins filling an entire classroom while the young stars were at school. When the real actors appeared, Hogwarts had become its own ecosystem. Notes were being passed, little darts were being thrown at people. For Branagh, the scale was staggering, children essentially living inside a fictional school while surrounded by the entire British film industry. And we know that's exactly what's happening on this new HBO series as well. On the production lot of Leavesden Studio, they've built their own school. They've built their own school there so the kids can study, and they've talked about, you know, how the kids move from their school lessons onto the set. They can only be there for a few hours at a time. So, I mean, the logistics of how these kids are kind of studying, living, kind of partaking in their lives, and, you know, a massive chunk of their childhood is going to be spent on this set and studying at the school and having its own ecosystem, kind of like what Branagh is saying here. But the one thing that stands out here, I was only on it, where was it? It should only take him 3 to 4 weeks to film, but he was on it for 9 months. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because surely when they wrote up his contract, they would have said in his contract the exact length of time that they needed him for. So surely he read his own contract and he knows that they needed him for 9 months. That's where I kind of don't really understand, unless I'm missing something. But anyway, that's kind of a small interview there from Kenneth Branagh about his time on the film, the ecosystem of the kids living in this fictional school, and the fact that he was on the movie shooting it for a lot longer than he previously thought he would be. So jump down in the comment section and let me know what you think about that. So moving on to this, it's been a hot minute since we've done a countdown check on the first episode of the Harry Potter HBO series. So from Harry Potter TV show countdown, 129 days left until the Harry Potter HBO TV series, which means exactly 4 months and 1 week from today, today being August the 18th, 2026, the countdown to December the 25th, 2026 planned release date. And they've attached this beautiful picture here, actually. So this was on Diagon Alley. So you can see a Diagon Alley just behind the pillars there, the shops that go down there. And you've got these kind of beautiful kind of parchment scrolls kind of moving around the ceiling here with writing on it, and it's just really kind of cool and magical just seeing these kind of parchments kind of like you know, kind of rotating around the ceiling. I think it's just such a cool idea, and it's very whimsical, it's very magical, and it's exactly what you would think you would expect to see on Diagon Alley, just these kind of floating parchments along the ceiling. Very, very cool image indeed. But there we go, guys. So, I mean, it only seems like yesterday that this number was at 200. I remember doing an update on the channel. Guys, there's only 200 days left. And now, bang, click your fingers, and it's 129. So that massive chunk of time has already gone by way too quickly. I know we shouldn't wish our lives away, but I do want to get to the 25th of December as quickly as possible, because we all want to see that first episode, and we want to see what we're in store for. But there we go, guys. So 4 months and 1 week from today. Very, very exciting. It's going to be a painful wait, but it's going to be worth it, I hope, anyway. Okay, moving on to our second countdown of today's video. So exactly 2 weeks today until the Back to Hogwarts event. I mean, how excited could we be? We're going to be getting our next trailer, bunch of new footage for the Harry Potter HBO series. I mean, what's more exciting from that? And I guess I'll give you guys a little bit of an update. I know I talked about it yesterday when we revealed all the ticketing details, the live event information for the event that's taking place in London. And if you're not sure about the ticket sales and all that kind of stuff, the event that's happening in London, check out my video from yesterday and you'll get a full rundown of all the details. But yeah, so basically what I'm planning to do, I've already told you guys, I'm going to be going to London. I'm going to be attending the Back to Hogwarts live event in London. And also, what I'm thinking of doing, I'm thinking of staying in London for a couple of days, overnight for a couple of days. And what I'm thinking of doing as well, so I'm going to do the Back to Hogwarts event. I'm thinking of going to Oxford Street, where they've got the new Harry Potter store that's being built on Oxford Street. As you can see from this picture, they've got the kind of design of the outside of the building. So I'm thinking of going there, doing a video log of the outside of the building as it's under construction, doing a small report on the new Harry Potter store on Oxford Street. And also, potentially attending King's Cross Station, the Harry Potter shop in King's Cross Station, and then potentially some other kind of places in London as well, where they film different Harry Potter scenes in the films. So, if there's any locations in London that you want me to go to where they filmed notable Harry Potter scenes, let me know down in the comment section and I'll add it to my list, because I want to do a whole kind of big round robin, I guess, of loads of different locations, including the Back to Hogwarts, King's Cross Station, Oxford Street Harry Potter shop, and then some other filming locations from the movies as well. So, like I say, if there's anywhere you want me to go in London during the 1st and 2nd of September while I'm there, do let me know, and I'll try my best to get there and make a video log for you guys on that. But it's so exciting, only 2 weeks to go, then we get a whole bunch of new information, castings, potentially a trailer, all that good stuff. Could not be more excited for it. Okay, let's keep going here. So, up next, Dominic Mclaughlin and Priya Rose Brookwell, 1 year ago at the Grow movie premiere, if I can say the word correctly. Okay, so 12 months ago today, we saw Grow for the very first time at the premiere in Edinburgh Film Festival. And that comes to us from Priya Rose Brookwell on Instagram. And that's the girl here that was in the movie Grow with Dominic Mclaughlin. And they uploaded these charming little pictures here. So this was a year ago when the movie Grow came out. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen it. It's a charming little film. It's got, obviously, our Harry Potter, Dominic Mclaughlin, and it's got Priya Rose Brookwell as well. It's called Grow. It's also got Nick Frost in it as well. So it's got Hagrid himself in the movie as well. And I believe it's like a competition movie where they grow pumpkins, or they grow, they have like a growing competition where they grow pumpkins and vegetables and stuff like that, and they compete against other people. It's quite a fun, charming little film. It's quite a long time ago since I saw it. But yeah, we have these charming little pictures here. So Dominic Mclaughlin and Priya Rose Brookwell there. And there they are, side by side, which is cool. I'm not sure who that lady is in the middle. I don't know who that is. Is that one of their mums? I'm not exactly sure. And then there's two of them there as well in Edinburgh, which is kind of cool. So just some pictures from a year ago when they attended the premiere of the Grow movie. So I thought that was pretty charming images there to see our Harry Potter and to see Priya Rose Brookwell as well. So let me know, what do you think of these charming little images? Did you see the movie Grow? Did you see Dominic Mclaughlin in there? What did you think of his acting? And let me know what you think of these charming pictures, like I say. Okay, let's keep going here. So up next, will you be purchasing the new Hogwarts uniforms when they go on sale? So, I mean, we have talked about this before, but I've never really asked you guys whether you're interested in buying the costumes. We've done a breakdown of the costumes, we've described them. These two plaques that they've got, this was at an expo show in Las Vegas, where they had a bunch of different TV shows, and they showed off, like, costume designs and things like that, like insights into different TV shows. And one of the shows was the Harry Potter HBO show. They showed off this beautiful kind of stand of the new uniforms, and the Quidditch uniforms as well. And we read the two plaques here as well, and they said they based the costumes on nature and all this kind of stuff. But I would love to know, so when these costumes become available, the uniforms I should say, when they become available for purchase as, merchandise, will you be going out and buying a new robe in the design of the HBO uniforms? I would love to know what you think about that, because most of the fans, obviously, they've got robes from, obviously, the movie version of Harry Potter, and the robes from the movie version look fantastic. They look great. But are you willing to fork over more money to buy the HBO kind of series version of the uniforms? I would love to know, do you like the uniforms? Do you not like them? Would you be up for purchasing them? Would you not? We have no concrete information. We have no dates available yet as to when they're going to be releasing the merchandise when it comes to the uniforms or anything like that on the official Harry Potter shop. There's been no inklings, no insights. We don't have any information about that. But I assume as we get closer to the end of the year, the debut of the first episode, they'll probably start giving us update about the new merchandising for the series, because they need to get all of the costumes, they need to get the toys, the merch, they need to get it all built and ready for the Christmas period, when obviously they're going to be selling all that stuff. So they're probably into production now. They've probably started production, but they haven't made the merchandise publicly available. So they can get all the production lines up and running, ready for the Christmas period, like I say. But yeah, let me know. Do you like the costumes? And will you be purchasing one when they become available? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down below in the comment section. Okay, so with that down, we're going to be moving on to our main topic, and this is kind of a crazy one. This has really kind of caught people's attention across social media. So, from Night Edge Media, scrapped Harry Potter TV series would have introduced the Marauders exclusive. Okay, so I believe that they made the absolute right decision. So when you think about it, right, HBO and Warner Brothers, they are a business at the end of the day. Sometimes as fans, we forget this. They don't just make these shows for the fun of it, just to be creative. They have to make money. They're there to, to make a profit. They're a business at the end of the day. And what has a more broad mass appeal? Telling the story of the Marauders as a live action TV show, or retelling accurate version of the books? That has a broader appeal. If you walk down the street and you ask people, who are the Marauders? Most people who aren't inside the Harry Potter fandom probably wouldn't know who the Marauders are. But if you walk down the street and ask the average everyday person, do you know anything about the Harry Potter books? Most people would say, yeah, Harry Potter, the boy with the wizard, the boy who's a wizard, he's got the scar on his head and he fights against Voldemort. Most people know, what Harry Potter is or what it's about. It has the broader appeal. Mass appeal, and it's more likely to recoup your investment after spending loads of money on the series. So going with, the retelling accurate version of the books is a better business decision than making a live action Marauders show. Although what I think you get to season 4 or 5 of the Harry Potter HBO series, and if the ratings are good, then you do a spin-off of the Marauders once you have the built-in audience for the HBO series. That's personally what I would do, but I don't get paid the big bucks to make those kind of decisions. So yeah, I think they made the right decision here, but that could be controversial. You guys may disagree with me. Let me know what you think. Okay, so let's get into this and see what actually happened. So Warner Brothers is only months away from releasing the Harry Potter remake series on HBO. The series is expected to be a more faithful adaptation of the popular films. Okay, that's already telling us stuff we know. Okay, this is where it gets juicy, so to speak. We at Night Edge Media learned that at the height of the streaming wars in early 2020, Warner Brothers planned to develop a Marauders TV series for HBO Max. This would be one of the multiple shows in development, as the Hollywood Reporter reported back in 2021. The Marauders were a secret group of troublemaking wizards consisting of Remus Lupin, Peter Pettigrew, Sirius Black, and James Potter. They went on to fight the Prime Dark Lord Wizard and the Death Eaters at the height of his power throughout the 1970s during the First Wizarding War. Eventually, they became members of the secret society, the Order of the Phoenix, under Headmaster Albus Dumbledore. Fun fact, the group created the Marauders map, which the Weasley twins used decades later. So, according to our source, the series' first season already had a full writer's room assembled and a series bible created. Wow, so it sounds like they were pretty far into production on this Marauders show before they pivoted over to the kind of the more accurate, mainline story of Harry Potter, the retelling of the book, so to speak. 3 full episodes were written, and without notice, CEO David Zaslav pulled the plug in favour of the total reboot. Many of the writers were prepping to begin pre-production and casting when they found out that the series had been scrapped. Many of the writers learned that the show was cancelled simply from an announcement that a remake was in development in 2023. It is still possible that HBO's Harry Potter remake could feature more flashbacks to the Marauders, given its expanded runtime each season, though that is pure speculation. So, that's kind of a crazy story, if that's true. This is kind of crazy, and I think a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of conflicting opinions about this. I have seen people on social media arguing about it. Oh man, what are they doing? They should have gone with the Marauders. We've already had the retelling of the, we've already had the adaptation of the Harry Potter books with the movies. I get where people are coming from. They could have done the Marauders because it was something different to what we've already had. But again, when you're thinking about, putting money, time, and resources into a media project, you want to have the most broad mass appeal, and I think that's what the HBO retelling of the books, the reboot so to speak, has over the Marauders. I'm not saying they shouldn't do the Marauders, absolutely they should. Maybe when they finish the HBO series, once they finish the final book, then you could go on to the Marauders and they could start telling little stories within the Wizarding World after they've done the mainline books. I think that would be a great way to go, because you finish the final book, the final season, whichever season that is, because we don't know how many seasons they're doing. They could end up splitting some of those longer books into multiple seasons. We just don't know. But let's say they get to Deathly Hallows. They finish the Deathly Hallows season, and then fans are hungry and they still want more, and the ratings are incredible. Well, you know, HBO Max and Warner Brothers, man, they're going to look at the ratings. The ratings are absolutely amazing. We need to do more. So they start popping up with other little stories, the Marauders, the Founders, you know, maybe original stories that don't even focus on any known story. Maybe they come up with original characters, original stories within the Wizarding World. But I do think that is going to happen. I almost, if I had to give it a percentage chance that we're going to get spin-off series after or during the HBO series, I would say I'm probably like 75 to 80% confident that they will do spin-off series. What that's going to be, again, I have no idea. The Founders, the Marauders, an original, you know, original character in the Wizarding World, which I think could be an interesting idea. There's no written rule that says you have to base a series on material that already exists. They could come up with an original character, which I think could be exciting. But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of crazy. A lot of people will be disappointed to hear that they didn't go with the Marauders, but I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't circle back round to it. So there's still hope. There's still reason to think that they could still do it in the future. So not all hope is lost. You know, don't be too negative about it, guys. I think they will revisit it at some point, because it's such a it would be such a great limited series. You could do 4 episodes, limited series, and I think fans would absolutely love it. But again, they could just do the Marauder story within the HBO series, so they have no reason to kind of do their own standalone series, so to speak. But we'll have to see how that plays out. So let me know what you think about this kind of story here, about the Marauders being scrapped and then them going with the reboot of the HBO series. I mean, you know, do you think it was the right decision, the wrong decision? Whatever you feel about it, leave your thoughts, your comments, your theories, and your opinions down below in the comment section. And with that down, guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. So leave your thoughts. I already said that bit, didn't I? A blooper in the video here. But anyway, yeah, so thanks so much for being here, guys. Do me a huge favor before you go, though. Hit the like button, do become a subscriber, and do hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date and you get notified every time I upload a new video. And you don't want to miss any of that exciting Harry Potter content coming. As we get closer to Back to Hogwarts, there's going to be a lot of news coming to the channel, so make sure you don't miss any of that good stuff. And with all that down, I will see you guys in the very next video.